Hello and welcome to week 17 of NFL Gamepicks. I'm your host, Austin Ramos. We got Chris Wright as always. And we got a special guest in the house, DJ Gamble. We'll have him lead us off with the week 16 recap. His Saints got a big time win last week.
Indeed, and that was a win. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting that win. That's one of those well, let me take that back. Against Brady Cook, wasn't expecting a win, but I was hoping for a loss for draft capital. But unfortunately, they pulled it off. Can't say the same about the Ravens, though.
It's good to see a win every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, I personally did not see one last week or the past 2 weeks for that sake. But yeah, no, it's been a fun road this season, and Quinn Ewers actually didn't do too bad out there. Those 2 picks were not optimal. After the second one, I walked out. I was just like, I've had enough, and then like it just completely snowballed after that. So I was just like, all right, it's over. It is what it is. But yeah, no, then 2 interceptions. First one wasn't really his fault. They capitalized instantly. Second one happened. They stall out a drive. Then the second one happens. They score instantly. I'm just like, all right, it's over with. But, 3 for 260, not so bad. They're airing out the ball a little bit, and I guess they were trying to save Achane. They didn't want to put him in jeopardy, so they didn't run him as much. But it was a good football game in terms of the Cincinnati Bengals just absolutely kicking their ass.
Yeah, I kind of turned the TV pretty quick on that one when I was watching. I was like,
I don't blame you.
I was hoping, for you guys, like you said, for Quinn Ewers, hoping I got Devon Achane in one of my fantasy teams, so I was rooting for you guys, but.
Well, let me tell you this, since you got the Ravens hat on over there.
Talk to me.
I don't know how happy your boy Lamar is these days. Well, could he come home and could he be rocking these colors that Austin's got on? Come on home? So. Come on down?
I don't think, to come off of, especially seeing how the last contract came about or how they played it out and he ended up getting his money, I don't think they'll do the same bonehead decision the second go round and just go ahead and give him his money. But he needs to get healthy and get back to actually running the ball and being a threat on offense versus this pure passer that he is right now.
Yeah, I will say, he's obviously banged up this season. It's noticeable that he's not running as much, and that's a big hindrance on Lamar this season. But it is what it is. Bear down, baby.
Bear down, baby. What a freaking week, dude. Oh, my God. Let me talk to y'all boys, bro. So Austin came over and watched it with me. I was a little sick this week, but he came over and slid through, which was nice, so I didn't have to watch it alone. And the whole time, I'm like, he kept taking pictures of me. I'm like, bro, I know what you do, bro. I said this to you.
I took one picture.
I was like, he's gonna post the before and after. I'm all happy now. And then he's gonna post me all pissed, punching a hole in the wall later. But honestly, the Packers got Packered. We've lived this for so many years. This has happened to us so many times, thanks to y'all's quarterbacks. Now you get a little taste of it. Couldn't be any sweeter. I'm happy. It was awesome. Sorry, Joey. He obviously is too scared to show up today and face me. Nah, I'm kidding. He's back home with some family for Christmas, so shout out the Gross family for the holidays. Sorry we had to give you that L, but it is what it is.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was an absolute.
Moonwalking on Calabasas. Talk about that touchdown celebration. Your boy was gliding on
Janae
that
Walker?
touchdown. I'm like.
I loved it, dude.
Yeah, that boy was
Dude,
blind.
honestly, I had talked about him in preseason a lot, and I was like, I think he's gonna get a roster spot, but it kind of sucks because they just drafted Luther Burden so high. I was like, I think he might be better than Luther Burden, honestly.
But Luther's coming on though, second half of the season though. Luther's turned it on.
He's playing well, but he is somebody in preseason that was pretty much Tyson Bagent's #1 option because pretty much they rested a lot of people and it's preseason, so
made sense why Caleb let him sleep on his couch, huh?
He said he was homeless before this game. I'm like, dang, bro. All right, well, a tud helps, dog.
Whatever incentives he can cash in on, that's hilarious. All right, we're going to take it to the standings. Of course, Steve, as always, is on top after a 14-2 week, absolutely dominating the competition. 166-74 on the season, so shout out to Steve. Looking like he's going to be our regular season champion here. Joey with a 10-6 week, 158-82 overall. Tied with Matt for second place with the same overall record. Third place, we got Hecty and Ray C, both at 157-83. Myself in fourth after a 10-6 week, 153-87. Chris moving up on the board here.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Yeah, I went 12-4. I'm at 151-89. I'm tied with my boy Edwin, who is a fellow Bears fan. So shout out Edwin. We're living the life right now. Love it while we can. He also watches pretty often. We're in a lot of fantasy leagues, so we talk a lot of football. That's my dog. That's who I literally was just talking about him in the car with DJ. So shout out him. If I have a couple more good weeks, bro, I might catch you. You're only 2 games up.
Yes, sir. And then moving on down the list, in 6th place, we got Mr. Gamble. What do you got, DJ?
I don't like how you said moving on down the list to get to my name
it's
right
not
there,
far
too.
off.
And,
We went from 5 to 6.
Yeah, and I'm going to definitely switch it up because I was taking a couple of those outlier picks, but I don't like where I'm standing in these standings, so we're going to have to switch some things up this week.
Speaking of lists, DJ, I got a special treat for you right here. Real quick. I got my top 3 DJ-themed songs for you. You ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna start at number 3. You ready for this?
Okay.
Go DJ.
No, I thought that would have been number 1. All right. Okay.
Number 2, DJ Warren G.
Okay.
You know that one?
Yeah.
It's kind of easy when you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Pioneer speakers bumping. Number 1, DJ got us falling in love tonight, bro. What you about to do on this game?
Oh man, I think I can speak some magic on the mic, but
hey.
yeah, that's a pretty impressive DJ list right there.
Hey, honorable mention, Mr. DJ Ponda, the replay.
Well, hopefully DJ has us falling in love with his picks tonight.
Come on now.
We got the first game on Christmas, Thursday, 1 o'clock. We got the Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Commanders. And, man, both of these teams not really playing for much here. So, unfortunate for both of them in terms of season outlook. But Dallas is favored on the road here, which is a little weird for me personally.
Is it?
But it's also, you got to take in consideration that a lot of the injuries that the Washington Commanders come into this matchup with. And, you got to go with the Dallas Cowboys. At the end of the day, they are the most healthy team and arguably the better team in this situation here.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Cowboys as well, too, for more or less the reasons you said. And also, the Cowboys' defense, the second half of the season, well, the first half of the season, they were kind of the Achilles heel to why they had the horrible record that they had.
Yes.
But now that they're kind of cracking it up the second half of the season and matching their offense, pick the Cowboys.
Yeah, this Christmas slate kind of sucks, bro. I see all these posts about everyone's like, yeah, I'm still gonna watch football over NBA slate. I'm like, I don't know about y'all. I'm gonna watch NBA, bro. So, but I'm gonna take the Cowboys. Yeah, they're the better team. The offense is moving. Commanders are all banged up, honestly, mostly. I'm not even sure who's gonna play QB because I think Mariota got a little banged up too, didn't he? So. We'll see. I mean, both teams are kind of out of it. I think statistically, Cowboys got to win out and, hope for the best.
Eagles got to lose out,
yeah,
too.
So it's probably not going to happen, but they're going to probably try harder than the Commanders. I'll take the Cowboys. But I'll take us to the next game. We got the Detroit Lions, who are kind of limping at the end of the year now. We're going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. I think JJ's
out. He's not
out,
playing.
Right?
Yeah.
Is he out, concussion or something like that?
Whoever they signed off the street, buddy from the stands.
Ripien or something?
Yeah, whatever his
Is that
name
it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take the Lions. They have to win this game. I took them last week thinking that it was a must-win and they'd get the job done. They kind of let me down. They're favored 7 on the road, so that kind of tells you what Vegas has to think about it. Give it to Lions. Vikings, very disappointing season. Although if they somehow upset the Lions at the end of their season, I wouldn't be too upset, honestly. So I'm kind of here for that. But no, Lions should win this game.
I got to agree with you. Give me the Detroit Lions. Last week was absolutely crazy, that ending of that game against the Steelers. The fact that, they were able to get in the end zone at the last seconds and then the penalties against Amon-Ra, so it just negates everything. And, they don't get to redo downs. Oh, my God, that was such a heartbreak for the Detroit Lions fans,
I wish the Jared Goff part would have counted because him, getting lateral and then diving, that was sick.
It counted, right? So, they said the touchdown was good. But
Yeah.
since the penalty happened, it just negated everything, and they couldn't redo the downs. So, it was just, because the time expired, which was absolutely insane. Literally, if they got in with 1 second left, they could have had one more chance to do it. And I don't know if they maybe would have called that same play on purpose, lateral back to Goff just to get that magic again. But, man, that place erupted. And all for naught, Steelers fans probably like lost their minds when they found out like they ended up
Two separate
that
times
one.
on that too. Which I mean, how many times could you get another try at a play like that? Long story short, though, I'm picking Detroit as well too. Minnesota, like you said, got a backup quarterback in, and Detroit is trying to get into the playoffs, so that should be easy picking right there. But to the next, to the more important game, I feel like on Chris. Well, I wouldn't say they're all equally as important, but the more exciting matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. I'm picking the Broncos. Broncos defense has been balling, and Kansas City has been kind of going the opposite way. Well, Broncos as a team, offense as a unit, has been balling.
Yeah, shout out RJ Harvey, UCF legend.
You're welcome.
Shout out RJ. He's killing it. Broncos are obviously a powerhouse team. Chiefs have lost 2 quarterbacks now to ACL injuries. Honestly, I'm more upset over Gardner Minshew. I think I'm the only person in the world that is more upset, and I really shouldn't be, but I love Gardner, and that sucks because that might be career ending for him maybe. I don't know. Hopefully not. Long story short, as DJ put it, I'm going to take the Broncos. They're going to bounce back and get a nice win here. And what did they win, like 11 straight before dropping last week to the Jags in a pretty close game too?
At home, yeah. They won like 12 straight home games dating back to last season.
Yeah.
I think they won like 10 or 11 in a row overall this year too, right?
Yeah.
So I think they get back to the winning ways. They might lock up the 1 seed here.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they win this and some losses happen, I want to say.
They're currently 12-3, so they still need to win a couple just because they lost that one to the Jaguars, who are 11-4 right now. So they lose, Jaguar wins, Jaguar takes the number 1 seed, but then you also have the 12-3 Patriots. So it's all sloppy at the top there, but at some point they're gonna figure it all out. I have the Denver Broncos winning this one, big bounce back win. Last week was a pretty lackluster performance, and honestly, you can't be very happy with how the Broncos came out and performed. But it was very on their MO. Like, they just come out slow, and then they turn it up late. But it was too little too late, and they just couldn't get things going in the right fashion. They had a little comeback going, but it was just too far out of reach, man. That was a big gap separation heading into that fourth quarter for them. But I'll take us to the next game, which is the first one on Saturday, 4:30 o'clock. We have the Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Chargers. Man, this is a really intense matchup. This is a wild card shifting game right now. And it could be a division shifting game because either team puts himself in a great position with a win here and hoping one of their divisional opponents loses, then they could possibly take up a division spot. So I think everyone on either side is geared up for this matchup. Houston was a little underwhelming last week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Close one there, and a team that you probably should have been blowing out of the water with the way they've been playing as of late. So a little bit of a shocker there. But this Los Angeles Chargers team, we've been rambling on them about how injured they are. But Justin Herbert still finds a way to play really well with a messed up left hand. I know it's not a dominant hand, but he's still throwing out stiff arms with it. So
and flicking it too.
Yeah. So like it's not really a hindrance to him. So it's really hard to say, oh, we can't go with the Chargers because they're all banged up, because they've proven each and every week since they've been banged up that they can go out and ball. I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. I think they stun them here. I think that defense finally catches up to Justin Herbert and really puts a thorn on their side there.
I'm going to agree. This is a tough game. I hate Saturday games. This one's going to be hard to tune into, although it is very much a game that I want to watch. I think this might be a hot take, but this might be a game that kind of ends the Chargers season low-key because of how banged up Herbert is and how much pressure and hits he's going to probably take in this game. They're going to really have to scheme something up to get the ball out of his hands quick because this Texas defense is legit. They're awesome. And they're a sneaky team that, like, if I was in the AFC, I probably would want to see in the playoffs because Stroud can turn it on at any time, or he could play like dog shit. Honestly, not a lot in between. But for this game, I'm going to take the Texans. I think that the O-line for the Chargers is too banged up to deal with this defense in general from the Texans, and D'Amico Ryans is going to bring the heat. So I'm going to take the Texans on the road.
See, you guys kind of solidified my reasons of why I'm picking the Texans. I was kind of trying to justify why I was going to pick the Chargers because I feel like the Chargers, if they don't win this game, they got the Broncos to end their season. You know, everybody's ends with a division game, and this is kind of a must-win for the Chargers to make sure they get that first-round bye. But also, the same breath, the Texans are kind of clicking right now, and they're balling out. So,
is that running back still hurt?
Oh, I can't.
Hampton? No.
No, I forget his name.
You talking about for the Texans or for?
Yeah, for the Texans.
Woody Marks.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he's probable for this matchup. So let's see what comes of it. But their fill-in hasn't been too bad. But definitely a big difference in performance.
He's been
between
good,
the two.
dude.
Indeed.
Woody Marks, he's been good.
Yeah, Woody Marks has been good.
It's almost like, Joe Mixon pretty much hasn't played the whole season, and they haven't really missed a beat now that they found their right rhythm of road on offense. But speaking of offenses, this next game has me worried because Lamar Jackson, he didn't practice again, and it's doubtful for the Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Packers game that also plays Saturday at 8 o'clock. And, Joey, it's no secret who I'm rooting for in this game. No Lamar. And they need it for their playoff hopes. So the Ravens, I feel like they have a lot to fight for, and especially they need the Steelers to lose, and for them to keep their playoff hopes alive, they kind of have to win this game. There's no ifs and buts about it, and I don't have any other reason other than that and my biased opinion on why I feel like they should win.
Yeah, I like the Baltimore Ravens here too. Although what we saw with the Packers was a little bit impressive with Malik Willis coming in and performing well against a Bears defense that is very tolerable and like they can get after him. The Bears couldn't really stop him. And listen, the Ravens see a mobile quarterback each and every day at practice, right? So you got to expect that defense to be ready if Malik Willis does get the start. Let's see if Jordan Love clears concussion protocol. I don't think so. He looked well coming off the field, but he looked pretty shaken up. So I will say that I don't think he plays in this one, and unfortunately it puts a damper in the Packers' playoff hopes. But they have a game against the Vikings next week, which is very winnable. So that sets things up very well for them.
Rest them this week.
You got to lay it all on the line for next week for the Green Bay Packers. I think 10 wins does get them in, especially with that tie on their side. So it should be favorable for them.
And the lack of other production in the NFC will automatically get you in there too.
Yeah.
But
well, you guys persuaded me to try to pick up some games on y'all, and hopefully Austin. I'm going to take the Packers, although I hope they don't win. Don't get me wrong. I will be fine losing this game on this Game Picker website to have the Packers get upset by the Ravens. But let me tell you, I think the Packers defense played really well. The defense played really well. I think they can stop the run. I mean, I think we're one of the best rushing teams in the league. They held us to 150 yards overall, which, like, a lot of that was kind of, like, scrambling, too. And, like, anyways, I think their defense is playing fine without Micah. I think they'll be all right. If this game turns out to be Huntley versus Malik Willis, I have more faith in Malik Willis from pretty much not just last week, but from every time he just randomly fills in.
That's fair.
Dude ends up winning, bro.
That's fair.
Like you'll see it in the division. You'll be like, oh, all right, Packers. They got 4 games without Jordan Love. He'll go like 3-1.
He's a younger Jacoby Brissett right
Pretty
there.
much. Yeah.
Like, he's not bad. He's used to winning. He won a lot at Liberty.
Yeah.
He's a winner. I think he like people are arguing he's the best backup in the league after playing last week. So I'm gonna take the Packers. Although, like, obviously not really hoping for it, because if we win and they lose, that would be huge. But, I mean, they shut down our run, and they ran really well against us. So I don't know if they're going to, like, really need Malik Willis to do a ton.
Yeah, my only real concern with him is his throwing, because you saw at the late part in the game, he got dropped on that shoulder, and he looked like he was really grimacing and really in some type of pain. So outside of, like, the running, like, you got to factor in the throwing. He is a quarterback, so you want to see if he can actually recover from that.
I'm going to make you throw the ball.
Yeah, it didn't look like it affected him too much in that Packers game, but it did in that Bears game, but it did weigh on him. You looked at him and he
looked hurt. He looked hurt, and then he looked around, and he's like, oh shit, I'm the only quarterback. You know who the backup was? Do you know who the backup was after that?
Josh Jacobs, who also was
The
banged up in
what?
that matchup.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a third.
So
third
they
distinct
started.
string quarterback.
So they started sitting Jacobs and running the other running
Emmanuel
backs
Wilson.
just in case, because he did get hurt.
Running a wildcat
But-
the whole game is crazy.
I will say this. I will say this though. He did throw a couple balls down the
He
field
looked fine after.
and looked fine, but he did look a little shaken
Yeah.
up. That is a good point.
Yeah. Well, why don't you take us to this next game, Chris?
Yeah, I'll take us to this next game. It's kind of a throwaway game. It's the Cardinals versus the Bengals. I mean,
It's
who
gonna be a lot
knows?
of passing yards.
Yeah, I mean, who knows who starts? I don't know if the Bengals are still going to start everyone. I would imagine probably because people probably have incentives and stuff. So I'm going to take the Bengals, just make it easy. They're the home team and way better team than the Cardinals. So if everyone plays, I guess that's the route I go.
Yeah, I got to agree with you here. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals. Offensive explosion last week. I do think they keep it rolling with having offensive success. I don't know about explosion. 53 is a bit high for me in this total. I think it's heavily inflated from the matchup last week. I mean, they did put up, 45 last week, so they can pretty much almost reach that total themselves in regards to last week's performance against the Dolphins. But I do think it's a bit of an inflated number. Cardinals seem to play ball with everyone that they play with. And it could be a shootout or it could be a very highly contested defensive matchup. So that's something to be looking out for in terms of gambling. But outside of that, you got to go with the Bengals.
I think a poorly contested defensive matchup is what you meant to say, because both of these teams don't really play defense. And at first I was not thinking the 53 over until you said the 30 points and thinking about the lack of defense. I'm still picking the Bengals. Don't get me confused, but this isn't going to be one of those games that's gonna woo your socks over.
Facts.
But speaking of wooing your socks over, how about Phillip Rivers?
What
These
does that
last
even
couple.
mean?
Woo your socks. You never heard the old people say that? Woo your socks? But
Tell me about Phillip Rivers.
yeah,
and this Colts team.
this next game though, Phillip Rivers and the Colts taking on or hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. How about Phillip Rivers? How has he looked these last 2 weeks? I mean,
old
they
man
lost.
Rivers.
They lost, but he's been putting up numbers.
Yeah, facts. No, for a 44-year-old quarterback coming off of almost 5 years of retirement,
Yeah.
looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like you can argue no one could have gone into the situation he's been put into and come out with a better, more unscathed. Like
Yeah.
he's just looking really good, and he's making mistakes for sure, 100%. But he's beating up on himself as he's doing it. Like he's like, damn, I could be better. I know I'm better than
Yeah.
this. So I do think the performances out there by him has been great so far. Just not producing wins.
Exactly. I'm still picking the Jaguars, which is exactly why. What? Don't give me that face. Yeah, I'm still picking the Jaguars. It's just been cool to see Phillip Rivers, almost like a blast from the past, if you would say so.
Facts.
But yeah, I'm picking the Jaguars. They've been rolling.
Yeah, old man Rivers is giving us something to hope for, honestly. We're going to get to that age at some point. We're going to be like, damn, bro, he's still out there doing it. And I'm kind of there, honestly. I'm broken.
I seen
inside
that one
and
meme
out.
where it was like, it's our childhood now. You got Phillip Rivers back on TV. You got Tom Brady, Drew Brees, all the quarterbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, Rodgers still playing.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Jags. Defense is legitness. Trevor Lawrence actually looked decent for once in his life. Honestly, if I'm the Colts, I'm trying to rush Richardson back and trying to hope for the best and win a game, although Rivers has looked fun and interesting and it's a cool storyline, but I'm going to rock with the Jaguars, bro, and, they're better than you think, honestly.
Yeah.
So for the Colts to stay alive in playoff contention, they would need the Texans to lose out. They would need to win out. And that's pretty much the only remedy to their problem here because 11 wins is kind of like the threshold. And they're not going to reach 11, but 10 wins could possibly get them in. Right now, the Texans are in front of them. And I think they have a matchup with the Texans next week.
End the season.
So
yeah.
it's a very pivotal matchup. And
Anthony Richards not coming back then. He's
Why
not coming back.
Dude? It's not like he's your
They're not
future
winning
either.
They're not either, but at the same time, if I can get a 5th round pick or something like a Trey Lance dump off, more or less, I'm doing it. Not saying you're getting the same value, but if I can give me a conditional 7th, I'll take it for Anthony Richardson.
So the Saints?
No.
Okay.
No.
Whoa,
You guys think.
What about this? Can I interest you in Anthony Richardson for a year, moving off Tua in the contract while Daniel Jones gets a bit healthier for the Colts? This could be an option. I'm just throwing it out there.
It could be. Well, let me get back to my pick real quick. I have no
That's a
interest
no.
in this. I don't know. We'll talk about Dolphins off season next week or something. I don't know. But yeah, Jaguars are my team to go with here. I just think that defense has been balling, like you guys alluded to. It was one of the hottest defenses coming out of the gates this season, and now they look like they're coming back to form. So you gotta like that if you're a fan of this Jaguars team, and really hoping for them to make a push here. A win here could get them the division. So
they could get the
shirt
one
and hat.
seed potentially.
That too. So if they win, the Broncos lose, and then the Jaguars go on to win another game. And no matter what the Broncos do, the Jaguars will have the tiebreaker because of that head-to-head performance. So big win by the Jacksonville Jaguars, and hopefully they keep it rolling. I'm going to keep us rolling, though, with the New England Patriots at the New York Jets.
Dude.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I'm going to go with the Pats, nice and simple. I had faith in the Ravens last week, but Drake May and that squad came back big time.
Bro.
You can talk a little more about it since you're the resident Ravens fan here. But, yeah, nothing to really speak on in terms of the Jets. They're not looking so great. Brady Cook getting another third start. I think to the Dolphins for taking out Tyrod Taylor. Pats just looking really good. They're also in position to lock up that number 1 seed. So lots of fighting at the top there.
Yeah. It's kind of no other reason to explain picking the Patriots. The Patriots been balling this season. Drake May has turned into a generational gem under his head coach now. So the Patriots.
I'm taking the Pats too. That game last week, I'm trying to look back at it now, was pretty freaking good, dude. Like you mentioned, the Patriots they're rolling. They got a new head coach. They found a generational quarterback, apparently, and that's awesome for them. And then there's the Jets. And I don't think anybody or anything in that building should stay, and you should burn the place down and sell the team. Move it to a new city, maybe. I don't know.
I was just about to say the Jets are so bad, they made my boy Tyler Shuck for the New Orleans Saints look phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
And that's who we're going to. Speaking of which, the New Orleans Saints, they host the Tennessee Titans. Or no, we go to Tennessee and travel and place them. Like I said, we're getting Shuck tonight, dude. Tyler Shuck. He does one throw one time that'll make you be like, oh my God, that was good. And then the next throw, you're like, Tyler Shuck, what did you just do? But I have faith in my Saints defense. If you had the Saints defense last week, they gave you like 23 points in fantasy. So the defense holds up, and we just need the offense to truck along. And I think the Tennessee Titans offense will give our offense plenty of opportunities to do so.
Yeah, the Titans got that one win to kind of keep the fans on their side and keep them interested in this draft coming up, because it's been a couple seasons of hell. Cam Ward looked kind of decent, but I like Tyler Shuck. It makes me think of eating like crawfish down there in New Orleans.
Shucking some oysters, baby.
Yeah, shucking some crawdaddies. You know what I mean? Trying to get one of them limousine rats. What do you call them? Ferrets?
Ferrets.
But anyways, I'm going to take the Saints on the road. If I was them, I probably would have tried to trade Cam Jordan for a couple
He's too
picks.
old now, dude. Like,
I don't think he wants to leave either, but I try to get rid of some of these guys that are kind of old, and y'all didn't. I think that kind of hurts you for the draft, because now you're going to end up paying them, and I don't think you're going to be able to move off them. So I don't really know how good y'all are going to be next year. I don't even know if you take a quarterback. I think he reminds me of another quarterback in the division, in Bryce Young, where I think if you give him a little more time, I don't know if he's ever going to be like an MVP, but he might be a quality starter, maybe like a lifelong backup.
You have to simplify the offense. I've noticed with Tyler Shuck, and when he's decisive with his reads, like when he's 1-2 read throws are phenomenal. Anything more than if you have to get off his first or second read, it's not really there.
It's chaos.
And it's kind of painful to watch, knowing that's the issue. But
he was able to improvise a bit when he was facing the Dolphins. I'll tell you that. So he looked relatively well facing the Dolphins, and I liked what I saw there enough for me to pick him here. Titans got a big time win last week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Gardner Minshew went down in that one. So, I'll take that with a grain of salt. But give me the New Orleans Saints here. I really like what we've been seeing from Chuck. I don't know, like you guys have been saying, not necessarily like the next phase of this Saints
For sure not.
quarterback. But, for the time being,
he's played well enough for us to not draft a quarterback next year, which that's another conversation for another podcast.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, more wins here for the Saints, worse in the draft position. But, you kind of do also like seeing the development.
Yes.
Chris Olave is looking like Chris Olave.
For
again.
a guy who wanted to retire and who's almost top 10 in every statistical category as a wide receiver, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're seeing the things you want to see. You definitely know there's holes to be addressed and things to move forward with. But for the time being right now, like, it's not the worst situation to be in. There's a lot more worse spots to be in, maybe like Cleveland.
It's top 5, though. It's top 5 one of the worst, but it's not the worst.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving to the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. We were alluding to it that the Ravens need the Steelers to lose a game or two or lose out, actually. So it's going to be a tough road ahead for this Ravens team, but they're facing the Cleveland Browns. Tough defense. They always make everyone kind of work for it. And sometimes they just get blown out of the water. So you don't really know what you're getting with this Cleveland Browns team. I will say they're more than likely going to show up defensively. It's a divisional opponent.
Game.
They get up for these games. But I'm not going to go with the Cleveland Browns, unfortunately. Pittsburgh Steelers win this one and win the AFC North. And, they've been looking like a really good football team. Let's see how they play without DK Metcalf. I know he's not a massive, make-or-break component of this offense, but he's a big receiver. And, it makes a big-time difference, in my opinion, if you have him involved or not. So, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do think they keep things rolling. Tyler Warren is looking like one of the best offensive playmakers for that squad right now. Yeah. So, as long as he gets rolling, I do think
Gainwell, too, dude.
Yeah.
He's been balling. But, this was probably one of the tougher matchups I had to pick, and it's more so for the reason, like you alluded to earlier, the Ravens need the Steelers to lose out. And honestly, with DK being out, this was kind of the deciding factor for me because, like you said, he's a big part of their production in their offense, and the Cleveland Browns defense shows up no matter who they play against. Mm-hmm. It's their offense that you kind of need to worry about, and it'll kind of be like two snails seeing like who will finish the race first in this matchup. I feel like against offenses that are not up to par. Mm-hmm. So I'm picking the better defense in the Cleveland Browns to win, and hopefully give me some gain in this race right here.
There we go.
Yeah, DK smacked a fan like the Bears smacked the Packers last week. So that kind of sucks, If you got him on fantasy, you're pretty pissed too. And if you're still alive, shout out you. I'm gonna take the Steelers. But I will say this on your point for the defense. Myles Garrett is licking his lips trying to get this sack record on Aaron Rodgers, baby. He might have pulled up a little bit. He might have seen it on the schedule.
To the game earlier.
Yeah, he might have pulled up last week. He's like, nah, I can't get it this week. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it next week.
Rumor has it he's at the stadium right now.
Yeah. He honestly, he's throwing darts at a dartboard with Rodgers' face on it right now. I would love it if you got the sack record on Rodgers, just cause. I think Rodgers took a dive for somebody else one time. And
so Favre
was it
took
Favre?
the dive
Okay.
for Strahan. So
and
it would be kind of empathetic.
I think that Gastineau guy can cry about it again. Easy game, though. I think Pittsburgh's got something to play for. Cleveland doesn't. I'm taking the Steelers. I'll take us to the next game. We got Seattle playing Carolina, and this game means a lot, honestly.
To both sides.
Yeah, Panthers are still alive. Right now, they're in the playoffs. Only team from that division. Shout out DJ.
Tampa Bay, too.
No, they're not in the playoffs currently.
Oh, they.
No, 3 teams
Carolina
from the West.
Sealed it?
Yeah, no, currently.
I thought they were fighting for the NFC South.
I'm saying if it ended today, they're
gotcha.
Currently in the playoffs. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But the Seahawks are my team of destiny this year.
Okay.
I'm taking them to
destiny.
go far. I got them going to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Oh, those strong
If
words right there,
Chris. If it's not
Chris.
the Bears, it's the Seahawks.
Okay.
They're legit. They're well coached. If Sam Darnold doesn't the game up, they're gonna win. That defense, dude. Do me a favor, bro. Pull up that defense and just look at the roster. They're stacked from top
like that
to
rookie
bottom.
they got from South Carolina.
So yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I don't want to try to pronounce
cornerback.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Number
dude.
3, whatever.
They're
his name
so
is.
stacked, but I think they're underrated. I don't think a lot of people are talking about them. I'm gonna keep talking about them. I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah, I really like what I've been seeing from Seattle. I didn't pick them last week, and they won an absolute wild one on Thursday Night Football.
That might be the greatest Thursday night football game of all time.
Dude, that 2-point conversion with Zach Charbonnet was so
Phenomenal.
freaking stupid, bro. Like, it was phenomenal. I do agree with you. But, man, that thing, I found it so freaking dumb because, oh, my God. Like, the pass gets batted at the line of scrimmage. And, behind the line of scrimmage because it was technically a backwards pass off of Jared Verse's head. No one grabs the football. Zach Charbonnet recovers it in the end zone. Somehow it's a 2-point conversion because they didn't blow the whistle. Like, absolutely insane here. I don't know what the hell happened there. But they do play ball. They do play well. It was a massive comeback win. Darnold was struggling, like Chris said. Darnold leading up the game, right? Still found the way to stick in it and to win that game. It was a wild one, truly. So give me the Seattle Seahawks. I like what both teams have been doing lately, but I got to go with the Seahawks. They have the edge here as far as personnel goes.
I feel that. And speaking of personnel, that's perfect lead into what I was going to say. They got their head coach came from Baltimore. Their offensive coordinator came from New Orleans. Seems like they're clicking everywhere. But what they pick to me, dude, I don't hate to do it. But I'm picking the Seahawks.
So you love this? You should be, and you're rocking Seattle.
Coincidentally, got Seattle.
I
got a kid Seahawks or Seattle thing on. But nonetheless, I think the Seahawks will win it. Like you said, they have a better personnel than the
Laker underwear on too.
Dude, I'm all over the place. But yeah, speaking of all over the place, we're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Never left.
DJ's now in Florida, and we got an all Florida matchup coming up now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Miami Dolphins. Listen, I would love to pick the Dolphins here, but the Buccaneers need it so freaking bad. You got to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. Bad loss against the Panthers last week. They need to continue winning to win the division. They got this game, and they got one more against the Panthers. So it's going to come down all to the line. We have Seattle winning this last game, right? So you got to have Tampa winning this game, and then makes everything on the line. This will be the Sunday night football game. Tampa Bay hosting the Carolina Panthers next week. That'll be for the division. That's an all-time decider. So I'm expecting that to be the Sunday night football game next week. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. I liked what I saw from Ewers last week. It wasn't his best performance. He didn't get the ball in the end zone. Dolphins had 3 rushing touchdowns. So running the ball is absolutely key for this team. I'm not crazy about Tampa Bay's defense. So, it's going to be a ball game. Don't get me wrong. But Tampa Bay needs this so freaking bad. If they lose this one, all hope is lost. You're not getting into that divisional title.
I agree. Sorry, I agree. I'm gonna take Tampa. My buddy Sean's coming down for the game. He's an avid follower. Shout out Sean. We love you. Thanks for listening. Hopefully the Bucks get a win for you here. Sorry, Austin.
I'm going with the Bucks. Here.
Hit Austin up to tailgate. Maybe y'all can talk some trash and slam some ski shots or something together. But yeah, this is a battle of Florida right here. You gotta love it. You got the Pirates and the Dolphins. Whole lot of Florida shit going on. The Bucks gotta win. They're playing for stuff. The Dolphins aren't. You gotta trust in Baker.
Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake, baby. I'm going with the Buccaneers too. I thought you were gonna honestly pick your Dolphins, dude. I was ready to slam you today, dude, and that didn't even.
If you don't, we can't.
Yeah, but
that's how you know we're out.
Yeah, no. Personally, I just don't find the need for the Dolphins to win any games. You guys can go out there and perform as well as you want. Yeah. Just end result needs to be a loss. Because why are we winning games? We're eliminated from the playoffs. This has been my mentality this whole time. When the Dolphins were on the win streak, I'm like, you guys, as long as you keep this going, you got to win the whole thing out. You can't have any hiccups. If you're doing that, I'm on board. Yeah. But the second you slip up, they slipped up in Pittsburgh. It's over. That's it. It is what it was. And then they just, tried going with Kuhn Ewers and the whole Tua dilemma for heading into that last matchup against the Bengals. It is what it is. Tua was not playing up to par, and it was evident. He was only in because the Dolphins were winning. It's all right, you got the quarterback you're paying a ton of money to, leading this team through a stretch of football where they're winning a bunch of games. It looks wrong if you go the other way.
So, I hate to be the bearer of unfortunate news, but speaking of that, where do you see Tua next year? Is he still going to be a Dolphin since you brought it up?
It'll be hard to move off of him. personally. So like, it's a lot of money.
You're thinking more so for the book wise, you're gonna keep them.
Yeah,
No way.
Not get out. Not
the best
get
way
off of him.
we get out of this is restructuring his contract. That you front load it. You just pay him a shit ton of money
Signing
over
bonus.
these next year or two,
Yeah.
and then make it a little more accessible for someone to be like, oh, I'll take
pick
up his
that up.
$30 million contract. That's
that.
Y and Z. So, Dolphins may screw themselves over in the short term for that, but they'll be able to move off him. I like Tua, so I don't want to say like, oh, we got to get off of him, but the contract is bad with the performance that we've seen as of late. That's just like in the now, but down the stretch of time, like it could only get worse possibly. So you got to future-proof yourself in that sense.
You're
I know all
there
about bad
first.
contracts.
Tua will not be on the Miami Dolphins next season.
Probably not. Who knows?
And I'll one up
Rico
it.
be going before Tyreek, or Rico be going before.
Yeah, right. Tyreek needs to go,
Busted. You can't
unfortunately.
trade him.
Yeah.
He might be in the AFC North next year. I'm just saying.
With Aaron Rodgers.
It could be Pittsburgh. It could be Baltimore. It could be Cincy. I think they're all fair plays, but
Keep us moving. What do we got?
I'm gonna keep us moving. What do we got? The Eagles at the
No,
Bills. I'm
we got-
skipping it. Oh, we got a great game for you guys. We got the Giants playing the Raiders. I don't know. Flip a coin here, I guess. Haven't really loved picking the Raiders much this year, so I'm gonna back the Giants, even though they're all banged up. I think they still got a better squad. I mean, they're kind of favored almost
Jackson
on
Dart
the
playing?
road. I don't know
He
if he's
should
gonna
be.
play.
Is he in another concussion protocol?
I don't know
protocol?
what happened to him last week. I have him in fantasy. So listen, I have him and Jordan Love in fantasy. Like
Okay.
two of the people that like had arguably like the worst performances out of like anyone that's like a reasonable starter in fantasy. Needed it in the playoffs too. It was just so bad. Oh my gosh.
Womp womp.
But yeah, he did not perform well last week, and I don't know if it was anything health wise, but can't keep that thing rolling. I gotta go with the Giants. Hopefully he plays. If he doesn't play, I'll go with the Raiders. But yeah, give me the Giants for now. If Jackson Dart does play.
Yeah, that's kind of the key for me, in all honesty. If Jackson Dart is playing, I'll pick the Giants. But if Jackson Dart isn't playing, I'm gonna have to go with the Raiders. The Giants the Giants offense is too anemic, and especially with him not being able to, keep you on your toes as a defender, whether he's running the ball or gonna keep it and then just scramble. So. Yeah, if he plays, I'm picking the Giants. So you can mark me for the Giants for now, assuming he's playing. But if he does not play, we will change that pick.
I will add that Genty got his first touchdown since October,
But
and like he had a big time performance going.
I hate the Genty flack is kind of crazy to me. People think he's underproducing. First of all, he's 1,000-yard rusher on a team with no legitimate deep threat as a wide
Name
receiver.
somebody on that team.
Outside of Brock Bowers, and he still averaged 1,000 yards. Honestly, unfair take. He should be a candidate for Rookie of the Year. Putting up the numbers that he's putting up with that bad of an offensive line and the lack of production of weapons outside of him, he's already at 1,000 yards. So
Yeah, unfortunately, like when it comes to like that decision making for the voting, they won't be like, oh, he's on a bad team and he's putting up
Exactly.
decent
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
They're just like they're number whores, so they'll just look at what's the biggest number, what's the most impressive thing that we saw, and it's like this guy could be drafted to like the best possible situation. Like let's say like Travion Henderson was like absolutely balling out, like 1,000-yard rusher X, Y, and Z. Like he would be offensive rookie of the
sure.
year candidate.
It's gonna be
just
Ted.
because he's on the Pats.
Yeah.
It might be
It's gonna be
Ted.
Ted.
If they win the division, it might be Ted,
gonna
which
be
will be
Ted.
interesting to see.
He's nasty.
Yeah. All right. I'll take us to this final 4:00 game. We have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Buffalo Bills. It's a big time matchup for both teams. Not necessarily in terms of division wise, because there's cross the conferences here, but Eagles looking for more better positioning in terms of the NFC playoff picture. Meanwhile, the Bills possibly trying to win the division. They need a win out. They need the Patriots to lose out for things to go in their favor here. But man, this Buffalo Bills team at home, I believe this is the last game at Highmark. If not, the following week against the Jets would be. So it will be interesting to see how Buffalo carries themselves here. But the Philadelphia Eagles, it's been a weird season for this Eagles team. They find ways to win, but outside of that, it's very lackluster performances that like leave you scratching your head. Like, how
It's
to win that
ugly.
one? Yeah,
It's ugly
very
how
ugly
they win.
football. It's very ugly football, and it makes it really hard to pick here. I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. I do think they just need it just a little bit more. It's hard to say that with an 11-win team. They pretty much solidified their playoff positioning, but they want that division crown, and they're really hoping that the Jets pull a big one for them and get a win here. But I don't think it happens. But and this is after that game is over anyway, so they'll kind of know their destiny after that. But still, they want to get a good playoff positioning at the end of the day.
I feel like for this game, this is an absolute must-win for the Buffalo Bills. And the only reason I say that is because, like you said, for them to win their division, they need the Patriots to lose out. The Patriots play the Jets and
the Dolphins.
I wasn't gonna say. Yeah, they have their last two games are very winnable games for them.
Facts.
So the Buffalo Bills need this game, and for that sense of urgency, I'm gonna pick the Bills. And my guy Justin's a Buffalo Bill fan. He loves Josh Allen, but outside of that, I think the Bills need to win this game. But the Buffalo Bills need to win this game in order to host a playoff game and give that Josh Allen, give him the kickstart to the playoffs that he needs.
Both of you guys taking the Bills kind of makes me want to flip. I have the Bills selected on my phone right now. It makes me want to flip to the Eagles.
Pick the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Eagles are a good team. That defense is legit. I feel like I've said that about 3 different teams this week, but like their defense is a monster. They're technically almost favored on the road here. But when Josh Allen puts on that Superman cape, it's game over. I don't care who's on your defense. Give me the Bills. I'm going to rock with them. I just feel like they have more to play for. I mean, both teams are kind of probably playing for seeding-wise at this rate. I mean, I don't think the Bills are going to be able to win that division. Although they're playing well, I would hate to face them if I was an AFC team. But, I mean, yeah, you got to rock with Josh Allen at this rate, I think, late in the season.
To further that point, they run the ball extremely well.
James Cook's awesome.
They run the ball extremely well, and if they're obviously going to be playing in unfavorable conditions in Buffalo, and you think they're going to want to control the line of scrimmage on a team that likes to control the line of scrimmage, so we're going to show you we're the more aggressor of the two, showing you we can run the ball.
You want to have some fun, see something crazy? Look up James Cook's averages, yards, touchdowns for his whole career so far and compare it to his brother's, Dalvin's, to start this. It's almost identical.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy.
Hopefully he doesn't hit that cliff like his brother.
I mean, his brother got hurt. Tore his ACL. I mean, obviously, hopefully James Cook doesn't happen, but he might be the better brother at the end of the day. Speaking of a team that's good as running the ball, I'll talk about the Chicago Bears going to San Fran to take on them 49ers. We're trying to end some dreams here right now in San Fran, and not only for San Fran, but for Green Bay. I'm trying to ruin Shanahan's Coach of the Year hopes. I'm trying to have Caleb just ball out, which rocking Caleb didn't look great first half. We got to start figuring out how to put points on the board early. Yeah. We got to make things easy. If you're a scripted quarterback, I need a touchdown on that first drive. If we get up early on San Fran, I think we have a chance to beat them. Although, to me, they're not the San Fran of old. I think they're very beatable. And this game is huge just for the NFC, seeding-wise, for San Fran's division, for our division. So, Bears, it feels like must win every week right now. And this is a good test because we're playing pretty much all playoff teams unless the Lions don't end up making it, which they've been a playoff team for the last few years. It's a good test for us to go into the playoffs and have that same mentality of these are must-win games, and we've been getting it done for the most part. So I'm looking forward to this game. I hate these primetime spots for the Bears. I hate everyone's eyes on us. I'd rather just win silently at 1 o'clock and have everyone catch the highlights, but we're here, and bear down. Good, better, best, baby.
It's funny you say that. I kind of want to – I'll start at the beginning of your soliloquy.
Thanks, man. You loved it?
Yeah. So
welcome back.
You were talking about the voters earlier, and that kind of brought me back to his point. Kyle Shanahan is going to win Coach of the Year regardless because of the injuries and the record that they amounted to mass through the key pivotal injuries that they sustained. Like he's gonna win it regardless. But I'm still gonna pick the Bears. Long story short, because I think you guys have, like you say, you guys are finding that momentum right now, and the 49ers aren't the 49ers of old, but they always find a way to win. And it's kind of weird. Like you were talking about the ugly win earlier. The San Francisco 49ers kind of in that same boat. They don't wow you. And I also need Cole Kmet to go off on a completely separate tangent.
He's a little banged up. I'll respond real quick, though, to the Shanahan thing. I think if he hasn't won by now, he's not going to win. I think – well, no, the Coach of the Year award goes to, like, a new, fresh coach that coached the team that no one expected them to be where they are. So I think,
Seahawks or Carolina?
No, I would say,
it might be Vrabel.
I would say Vrabel, Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen right now.
Yeah, Liam
I
Cohen
can
is
see
a high
Ben.
candidate for that.
I can see Ben. I can see Liam. I don't think Mike, only because of the success. Like the Titans went to the playoffs when he was there. It's not like the Titans were a letdown. You know?
Yeah, but no one expected the Pats to be good. Liam Cohen Wilson got the Jaguars saying, "Wow."
With the same talent too, which is crazy. It's not like the Jaguars did anything different or.
They traded for what's his name, the wideout.
Jacoby Myers, and
he's been awesome, dude.
But it's not like
kind of mid, but like he's been a saving grace. Not that like that should say
he was the replacement for Travis Hunter right there, like
because that was around the time he got injured, and they were decimated.
That
with injuries
and
at that time.
dude from Arizona that they gave a bag to that shit the bed. DJ, what was his name? Dude from Arizona, I forget. Anyways, Jag fans know.
Well, for this game, it's pretty tough. You know, you have the Chicago Bears and the 49ers both coming in at 11-4. While this isn't going to be such a pivotal swing in terms of the NFC standings, because pretty much San Fran, LA, all locked in in the playoffs. Same for the Bears with 11 wins. It's just a matter of the fact of positioning at that point. Bears could win the division with a win here. Meanwhile, the San Francisco 49ers put themselves in a position to win the division. They got to hope for Carolina to lose. They got to hope for this next game to go in their favor as well. We'll talk about that. This is really tough. I'm going to go with the 49ers.
I was just about to ask that. Does the 49ers, do they have a chance to win the 1 seed at all?
They could win the 1 seed.
Last week, though.
Yeah, they got to win. They got Seattle to lose out, and they need the Eagles to lose out.
Couple scenario plans.
Definitely. But they would love nothing more than have that division title because it'll just add to Kyle Shanahan's case.
Who's San Fran play next week? It's a division opponent. Huh?
Yeah,
everybody has divisional opponents in it.
So it's these next 2 games San Fran could be the 1 seed or they could be like an 8 seed.
Which is absolutely, and it's crazy the shift of power too, because like you think couple years ago, AFC, the battle of the North with all the quarterbacks in there, and now the power shifting to the NFC and the young rising studs that's in there. You got to love the NFL. Dude.
Yeah. So back to my pick. I'm going to go with the 49ers. They have a matchup for all the marbles next week against the Seahawks. Now, that is them hoping that the Seahawks lose against the Carolina Panthers, which I don't think is going to be the case. I do think Seattle puts up a good performance against the Panthers and makes things interesting all across the board there for the NFC playoff picture, but also entailing them winning the division and locking up pretty much the number 1 seed. Still got work to do on either side there, but I'm going to take us to the final game, and that is Monday Night Football, the final Monday Night Football of the year, and that is the Los Angeles Rams at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are wearing their throwbacks. It's not going to help them. Rams suffered a devastating loss on Thursday Night Football last week, and they need a big-time bounce-back win, and they're going to get one in the ATL against the Dirty Birds. Give me the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, fuck the Falcons. I'll take the Rams. And quick note: best throwback uniforms on the planet right now. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, dude. I just love those throwback uniforms.
You like the white one or the creamsicle?
The white with the creamsicle on there, dude. The best. I saw somebody in the airport on the way here with that bad boy on. But yeah, I'm picking the Rams.
I'm gonna take the Rams as well as I pop in the view here. Stafford is he's playing at an MVP level. These wideouts are legit. I think Rams have like 3 guys that made Pro Bowl on defense. That defense is playing awesome. Some of these young guys are like just really balling their butts off there. Rams will beat this Falcons team, who Falcons aren't really playing for anything. So I wish they would have flexed this game out for Monday.
Honestly, dude.
Honestly, there's a few other options, but it is what it is, right?
This could have been one of the Christmas games. This could have been the first Christmas game to play.
As we're opening presents and shit.
Exactly.
I feel like it's hard to flex out like all those Christmas games. It's even harder to flex out like a Monday night game. If because the Dolphins got flexed out 2 weeks before their Sunday night game last week, right? So there was a lot of time there, even before the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers when they lost and got eliminated from playoffs. They were taken off that Sunday night game in favor of the Patriots and Ravens, which honestly was a way better matchup, more contested, more interesting. So I do agree with you guys, but also Monday nights are hard to swap out. That concludes the picks. Real quick, we can talk about the playoff picture and like anyone that we see kind of making a move here, especially since we got DJ in the building here. So right now, number 1 seed in the AFC, Denver. Then following that is New England, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh. Those are the division leaders currently. Then at 11-4 and the 5th seed is Los Angeles Chargers, Buffalo Bills, and then fighting for the 7th seed is Houston Texans at 10-5. Then following that, it's steep cliff, but 8-7 Indianapolis Colts, and then the Baltimore Ravens are only mathematically still in there just because of the AFC North playoff picture. They need the Steelers to lose out, and they need to win out. So that's the situation there. We'll toss it to DJ, especially given the Ravens, so on and so forth.
So, first of all, I just want to give a huge shout-out to Roger Goodell. I feel like he never gets his due praises, and with these divisional matchups to end the regular season, it's such a great thing. But the Ravens, I feel like, if Lamar doesn't play Sunday, then just go ahead and shut the season down, and, that kind of cancels hope for you. And I wish this would have happened a lot sooner than earlier. Like, you get on the road, you get your hopes up, and then you just hit this wall. He's hurt again.
Yeah.
So I hate to have to enjoy the playoffs from a strictly fan of NFL and not a fan of a team point, but I'm excited for a good playoff run nonetheless with these last 2 weeks leading into a wild card week.
Yeah, man, it's gotta suck. Don't know what that's like. And,
What?
I mean, yeah, you got Lamar going downhill as fast as you got Kodak Black going downhill. It's a damn shame, bro. Shout out Pompano, bro, but it's a damn shame. But yeah, bro, we need to win this game, bro. Come on, bear down, baby.
What do you see you guys doing in the playoffs though? Like, do you first of all, is the playoffs coming through Windy City, and does the matchup matter?
At this rate, yes. And like, to be fair, I really don't want to play the Packers, although like people say, like, you played them twice, they're a little banged up. Sure, like, that'll be
It's hard playing the same team twice, let alone 3 times.
But, like, I don't really want to see them necessarily. I'd rather see one of these other teams that kind of sneak in at the end, but don't want to see the Packers. We're kind of just focused on us right now. We need to win, and if we win the North, like, that'll be great. Like, that's a huge accomplishment. Like, way ahead of schedule, and, like,
it sounds like you're just happy you guys are here.
Sounds like a complacent to me. So let me paint the picture real quick before we continue. Number 1 seed currently, Seattle Seahawks at 12-3. Number 2, Chicago Bears at 11-4. They've clinched playoff contention, so they are in playoffs, but they're looking to secure the division title here. Following that is the Philadelphia Eagles, who've already clinched the division. No other NFC East team is going to get in. NFC South still up for grabs between the Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right now, the Panthers have the edge after their head-to-head win last week. Then we have 5th and 6th. We have the San Francisco 49ers and Los Angeles Rams at 11-4. 7th place currently is the Green Bay Packers at 9-5-1. They are ahead of the Detroit Lions. And then Tampa Bay is the only other team still in the picture, and that's only because of the NFC South. So Bears possibly we can be talking about getting a first-round bye for the Bears.
I mean, that would be huge, because, like...
Flick the beam, baby!
That would be... Yeah. You done it once, you've done it 1,000 times. Am I right? But, yeah, that would be huge. I don't expect that, honestly, at all. But, that would just honestly push us further into the winter. And let's face it, I don't even want to go back to Chicago right now in this winter. Like... Yeah. You don't want to go play there. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be good for, like, any of us, but it's a huge advantage.
It's the same with, like, any of those NFC North teams. Well, aside from Minnesota, who wants to be, fancy with the
Detroit's
indoor
in
game.
Dome, too.
Oh, they are. Oh,
yeah. People forget that Detroit's in a dome.
I honestly did,
right?
yeah.
It's in a dome, dude. All right, fuck you, dude.
I don't know what you
This
want me to
podcast
say.
is over, dude. I'm done.
Oh, was that?
So what are you
I
most
know what
excited?
you're talking about.
The reporter was like,
Yeah,
how are
you
you
worried
preparing
about
for
the
the
weather?
elements? And it's
Yeah.
like, it's in a dome. It's
Well,
in
no,
a dome.
Austin, who are you? Who are you? What are you most excited about looking for the playoffs coming up though?
Draft.
Me personally, I like the AFC playoff picture a lot, just
Okay.
because literally we're looking at all new possible division
Yeah.
winners. So
That's a good point.
That's a cool picture to see. With the NFC, we already have a repeat offender with the Philadelphia Eagles, but they've had a lackluster year, so I really want to see how they
Repeat
come.
offender is
I was
crazy.
gonna let it ride. I was gonna let it ride.
Yeah,
Dude.
I
I was
mean,
gonna
makes
let it ride.
Man, it seems like they touch kids, bro.
The way they be winning to get football games, hell yeah, it looks like that shit. Look, this Philadelphia Eagles team, back-to-back NFC East champions for the first time since 2004, and the last team to do that was the Philadelphia Eagles, led by Donovan McNabb. So it's been a long time coming, but this NFC East finally got back-to-back champions here. Outside of that, I'm really excited how to see Carolina and Tampa shakes out. I want Tampa in,
Yes.
but I kind of want to see the Panthers in just for the heck of it, and Bryce Young's progression, especially like early on in the season where just like he's dead, he's done, he's awful, like he's done, like bust.
He looks
And
decent.
and he's looking good, and it's a big rise to Tet. Rico Dow in the running game is absolutely phenomenal, so that takes him a long way. Defense is really good too, so it's all a team effort at the end of the day.
It's
not
almost
just one
like
player.
Adam Thielen was holding him back.
Yeah, for real, white boy holding him back, can't catch a football.
You like so I brought up the draft as a joke, but your first round pick Grant.
Mhm.
How would you rate him?
It's hard.
Bust, average, or all star?
No, not even all star. I wouldn't call him a bust either. I'll just put him like just below average.
Wait and see.
Yeah, because like it's hard.
Give
He's a
him a year.
defensive lineman. Like he's just getting bodied
Yeah.
by double team by
I think by like
centers
the
and
third to fourth year,
Yeah.
that's when you're kind of like, all right, I know what this defensive line.
Because I remember the first like 2 years of Christian Wilkins, we were always like, is this guy gonna do anything? And then like he started coming alive a little bit more and more.
So you have
and,
faith.
Yeah, like I don't get me wrong, defensive tackle is arguably
He's
one
not
of the
Chop
like
Robinson.
yeah,
type.
it's one of the more unforgiving
You draft
positions
him
in
at
all
what,
the NFL.
17? You draft him pretty high. Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know all these numbers off the top of my head. I'm worried about picks here right now, and that pretty much wraps up all these picks. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the conclusion of Week 17 of NFL Game Picks.
DJ's back.
Catch you guys next week. Joey will be back, unfortunately. Not fortunately. I
I'm
don't
about
know.
to say, damn, right
Yeah, I
in
know.
front of me, dude.
I
He's
know.
scared, bro.
I said Joey will be back, unfortunately. We got DJ here, dude. Come on, dude. Man, 17 weeks down the drain, and then we're going to get to the final end-all, be-all, Week 18. Catch you guys next week. Peace out.